Right now at 6, running for a cause. Ho-Chunk Nation raising awareness to the high rates of violence against Indigenous peoples.
And smart dispatching. La Crosse County using AI for non-emergency calls.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. A Sauk County woman is found alive 62 years after her disappearance. Audrey Backberg vanished at age 20 in 1962. Sheriffs say Backberg is now living out of the state but won't reveal where. In 1962, she left Reedsburg, just northwest of Madison, with another person. They ended up in Indianapolis. Recently, her case was reopened, and using an Ancestry.com account belonging to Backberg's sister, she was located. Backberg told detectives it was her own decision to vanish, but wouldn't go into specifics.
Ho-Chunk Nation is raising awareness to violence against Indigenous women in the Americas. The Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women 5K highlights the high number of missing and murdered women. In 2016, nearly 6,000 cases of missing Native American women were reported, but the U.S. Department of Justice is only tracking 100 of those cases. Organizers hope events like this can address the high rates of violence.
We need everybody to be aware because we need everybody to help make sure that our people are safe. We have people that are being trafficked, people that are being held and being drugged and being used, and we can't do everything on our own.
The event featured a proclamation from Mayor Shondell Washington Spivey. This is the 4th annual 5K run.
It is a game changer for county call centers.
La Crosse now using AI for non-emergencies. News 8 Now's Allison Fergut explains.
The new AI platform is designed to efficiently handle routine or non-urgent calls. The move allows dispatchers to focus on emergency situations. In an announcement, county officials said the AI platform underwent several months of training before today's launch. The AI system will transfer calls to live dispatchers if it determines a situation is an emergency, and callers can ask the AI to be transferred to a human dispatcher at any point. La Crosse County said the AI system will not replace any jobs, but the technology is expected to reduce staffing pressures and improve dispatcher efficiency. Last year, the county's communications center handled around 140,000 non-emergency calls. Reporting in the newsroom, Allison Fergut, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Allison. The Milwaukee Brewers are partnering with police departments across the state, including in La Crosse. The team sent trading cards to the departments to distribute to their kids in the community. The program gives officers a chance to connect with youth through their mutual love for baseball.
In communities and become approachable and helpful to communities and not intimidating. And sometimes, baseball cards are a good sort of building block and a good icebreaker, if you will.
The new baseball trading cards will feature some of the Milwaukee Brewers fan favorites, including outfielders Christian Yelich and Jackson Chourio and catcher William Contreras.
Downtown drivers have some detours to deal with. Sections of 6th Street are shut down between Cass and State for a complete summer-long reconstruction. The project will be completed in stages to try and minimize disruption. Crews will install new utility lines, enhanced lighting, and dedicated bike lanes during the work. Project scheduled to wrap up by late August.
And Whiz 16 commuters will also face some slowdowns. Eastbound lanes from La Crosse Street to Gillette Street are reduced to just one lane for construction. These restrictions will remain in place until May 16th. Officials recommend using US 53 and I-90 as alternate routes during the project.
Republican Josh Schoemann created a committee to run for governor in 2026. This makes him the first candidate from either party to get into the race. He is currently the county executive of Washington County, about northwest Milwaukee by about half hour. Schoemann kicked off his run for governor by hosting a running event with students from UW-La Crosse around Myrick Park.
We definitely have to get people talking with one another. I think the best way to do it is to start with the people. We've lost our focus on the people, and the best governors in Wisconsin history have always brought things back to the people. Give them the power, put the focus on them. They'll give you the ideas for the shared vision. That's what we're going to do.
Current Democratic Governor Tony Evers has not said whether he will seek a third term.
Yeah, absolutely another fantastic day here. Just a little bit cooler, but we're in a stretch for dry, seasonable to even warm conditions. Pretty much could extend all the way through most of next week. So definitely get out and enjoy it. Today was just slightly cooler, but this evening we're really not going to see too much in the temperature change difference from yesterday. The winds will become a little bit more light. They were a little bit stronger from the east, but should become light and variable. 57, clearing skies by La Crosse, similar to Eau Claire, getting back down to about 59. Well, those east-northeast winds turning to southeast and become fairly light as we go throughout. Overall, high temperatures for most areas, especially further north, were a little bit colder. Eau Claire had the first 80 yesterday. They're back down to a few degrees because of that east wind that's kind of pushed a little bit cooler air. It's because of that low that's spinning to the south in Illinois. That's kind of getting a little bit more cloud cover to some eastern areas and a tad cooler, but still pleasant conditions and above average. We just don't see the 80 that we saw yesterday. Now overnight, pretty seasonable conditions. We'll look at clearing skies, light winds back to the mid to upper 40s, so quite pleasant and quiet. Tomorrow we're going to see more of the same as we go forward, and we're not going to see much in the way of rainfall going forward. In fact, we might wait until the second half of next week that we actually get any type of measurable rain. So get out and enjoy all the nice conditions, because of course the second half of the month could be totally different too.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Greg. Well, change is coming to La Crosse's school board at tonight's meeting, which is currently underway. Meredith Garcia, Jeff Jackson, and Molly Fuchs are being sworn in. The board will also select a new president following Juan Jimenez's decision not to seek re-election. This leadership transition was originally scheduled for last week, but was postponed due to stormy weather.
Well, millions, including people here in Wisconsin, are now facing student loan collections.
It comes after that year-long pause. So, what happens if you don't pay? News 8 Now's Grace Monk is in the studio with us with some answers. Grace.
Starting today, student loans in default will be referred for collections. Loans are defaulted when you fail to pay for at least 270 days. Referrals have been on pause since March of 2020. If you don't pay, the government can seize federal and state payments like tax returns or Social Security benefits. Borrowers in default will receive an email from the Department of Federal Student Aid over the next 2 weeks. Over 5 million borrowers are currently in default. If your loans are delinquent, which occurs when any payment is missed, you won't be penalized. The referrals only apply to loans in default. In the studio, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Grace. Well, UWL students participated in a reverse career fair today. Unlike the traditional career fair, employers approach the students at their booths. Students stand beside posters showcasing their research, and employers provide feedback on their findings and discuss possible career paths. Organizers say the model encourages employers to look beyond a resume.
One of the things that they've told us is that it's not just the hard skills, how do you use equipment, but it's also how do you work together to solve problems. And that's a lot of what this semester does, is working as groups to try and solve particular problems and come up with a coherent story about what's going on.
The fair showcased biochemistry students' semesters-long research projects.
A cycle of unreturned calls and unsatisfied customers, the growing number of scam allegations around the La Crosse area, and the appliance repair business at the center of them all.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
We hear it all the time. A company gives a homeowner a quote for replacement windows. When the homeowner hesitates, they drop the price by almost 50% if they sign today. Makes you wonder why they didn't offer that price to begin with.
They called us for a second opinion. Our price? Over $5,000 less, without the sales games and for better windows.
At Clear Choice, we believe in honest pricing, no pressure, and quality you can trust.
Don't get pressured into a bad deal. Call us today.
Choose Clear Choice or something less.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
Thank you so much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
I'm Mike Rowe, and this is the most honest commercial you're going to see all week.
Today, we're waterproofing a basement.
How long do you think this problem has been a problem?
Well, actually, the homeowner told us that she's lived here for 42 years, and when they first moved in, they had water issues.
Yeah.
That is like your telltale sign of like, hey, I'm having an issue, and that's when people should call.
Get a free and honest inspection with Innovative Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
It's a classic pain in the neck. An appliance stops working after your warranty has expired. La Crosse area homeowners have a few repair options to turn to, but there is one business that customers say is routinely ripping people off. Mark Pomplin in March noticed something wrong with his dishwasher. He went online and found Appliance Doctors of La Crosse in Green Bay.
He seems somewhat legitimate. There were some reviews. Most of them were very positive.
Owner Todd Walter came out and told him it was a busted drain pipe.
He says he has to order the part, and then so we were just paying for the part and the service fee for the day.
And then Walter would be back in 3 days to install the fix. But Pomplin says he never showed. After a number of missed calls and excuses, he asked Midwest TV and Appliance to take a look. He says it took their technicians seconds to see what Walter had done.
Completely destroyed the entire appliance. He ripped a bunch of cords, and he actually took a part that he said wasn't even a problem. It would have essentially cost about as much to, buy a new dishwasher. So we're just like, okay, I guess we're buying a new dishwasher now.
A $100 call that turned into a $1,000 nightmare. A strikingly familiar nightmare that Joe Iverson has had since January.
He said you can pay me the $200 and the rest of the fee that it'll be for the time.
Like Pomplin, he says he also couldn't get a hold of the guy.
Finally stopped in at his house. I said, I either need my $200 or my part. I said, I'll take care of putting it in myself. And he said, well, I don't have the part here.
A month later, when Walter showed up, Iverson says he told him the $200 part he'd paid for wasn't the right one. So Iverson called things off. He says Walter agreed to return the money. But like before,
I've sent a number of calls and texts since then and nothing.
And same here. We've made several phone calls to Walter and haven't heard back. It's a pattern you'll find in 18 Google reviews, 6 Facebook reviews, 6 Better Business Bureau complaints, and at least 2 court cases. Customers left with broken appliances and empty wallets. While some have filed small claims suits against Walter, others have taken their losses and moved on.
It was $100 to file it for $200. Is it worth it?
A good question, because those who did have found little relief. Court records show Walter hasn't shown up for any of his hearings, resulting in a win for the customer, but no legal mechanism to force Walter to pay. The Better Business Bureau says the most important thing to do if you think you've been scammed is speak up.
It's helpful to us. It's helpful to consumers who are going to look at our report and want to get an idea of the company that they're planning on hiring.
The best way to prevent a scam is to get multiple estimates. And if anyone asks for money up front,
the recommendation is to always pay with a credit card because that will give you the most benefits and assistance later down the road should you need it.
According to court records, Mr. Walter has a bench warrant out for his arrest in Trempealeau County. According to a criminal complaint filed in March, he wrote bad checks for Blair City auction purchases. We will have more news ahead tonight, but first.
Well, it's a stretch of really fantastic weather conditions, dry all the way through potentially all of next week. We'll break down what the temperatures look like during this period coming up on your First One Weather Update after the break.
We know that home is where you can be yourself. Whether that's working on your cooking skills or getting in a very quick workout, home is your happy place. Get the loan that fits you. Apply for your home loan with Ultra today.
It's customer appreciation time at Wesco, and we're saying thank you with exclusive savings on furniture and bedding, and your deal is just one spin away. Every spin wins, whether you're upgrading your bedroom or furnishing your dream living room. Now's the perfect time to save in style. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Stop in and spin before this deal rolls away. And don't forget to tell them Peyton sent you.
Protect yourself from the harsh sun with Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens from Asher Lassen Exteriors.
With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Receive up to 22% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com or call us at 888-GO-ASHER.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, well-qualified buyers can get 0.9% financing for 60 months on this Silverado. That's over $6,600 in average finance savings. Visit HometownChevy.com.
If nagging, persistent joint pain has upended your life, listen, there's a solution for long-lasting relief. No surgery, drugs, or downtime. QC Kinetics uses a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and more. QC Kinetics targets the source of your pain, not just the symptoms. Thousands of patients have experienced life-changing results, and they're right here. Find out if you're a candidate for this game-changing therapy. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation.
Banking should be easy. Ultra's A+ accounts put online and mobile banking at your fingertips. Plus, a contactless debit card for everyday purchases. No stress, just banking made for you. Now that's worth celebrating. Open your account today.
Yeah, definitely we're looking at good temperatures going forward too, but we're going to be a little bit up and down based on how things plan out. But if you're looking for any type of precipitation, rainfall chances, you really got to look to the end of next week to even get remotely a chance. And even that is still kind of a little bit in question. So temperatures tomorrow will be warmer, will be cooler Wednesday and Thursday behind a cold front. We're talking back to maybe seasonal conditions. So still not all that cold, but just a little bit cooler than that. We'll flip the switch for Friday and the weekend, probably back up near 80. We could be even warmer in the weekend. It does look like early next week is a chance we could be warmer than low 80s, maybe mid 80s, because that system will be approaching by midweek. That's when there could be a potential for some rain, but that would be the second half. We're talking Thursday and Friday of next week. So we got a ways to go to even see that. Overall, the big reason is the jet stream is pushed well to the north and to the south. But overall, the whole atmosphere is kind of what we call a block. Instead of going west to east, we have pieces of the jet kind of diving south, coming back up. So depending on where you are in this blocking pattern, it'll either be a lot of precipitation or you'll have nothing at all. And right now, we're kind of on the point of where we're not going to see much in the way of precipitation at all. The only thing we're going to see a little bit is this jet kind of curves down a little bit. That's when we might see a little bit of a cold front coming through Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, it builds well back up to the north. That'll mean warmer conditions too for the whole entire area. And then by the time we get to next week, that's when the system could come on shore. You got a southwest northeast jet there coming. That's a system to watch that maybe can get to our area by the end of the week, and that would be your next potential rain chance. But even then, it's a little bit of question mark. It can get through this blocking pattern, which can hold for about a couple weeks too. So beyond that, the precipitation chances as we get to 10 to 16, you can see that little area starting to inch a little bit further east, indicating the confidence is growing a little bit, but still it's a very low confidence that we're going to above precipitation. So we'll see if that materializes. Better shot further west you go. As for temperatures, a little bit up and down just based on what goes on. So Tuesday, we're going to warm up. Here comes this little push of cooler air that is going to dive south, a little darker colors right there. That'll push our temperatures a little bit down Wednesday, Thursday, still near or above average. And then we're going to see it begin to expand to the west, so these colors will push back up to Canada. That will give us our warmest temperatures as it gets pushed ahead of the system that heads off the west coast by early next week. So I think Monday, Tuesday, potentially even into Wednesday of next week is when we could see really warm temperatures, potentially mid-80s, how this plays out. But overall, that is your chance of rain coming after this, but still it's pretty slight at this moment. But for tomorrow, I mentioned 80s potentially for a lot of areas. Looks like that's going to be very nice for most areas. As we go into Wednesday, we'll start seeing a little bit of that cooler air behind the front, especially further north you go. So more mid-60s there, still getting close to 80 down here because the front really hasn't touched there, but overall a few degrees cooler. Then Thursday is probably the coolest day of the period right now, where we'll be upper 60s to around 70. Pretty seasonable for this time of year, so we're just going to go back to seasonable conditions. And then as we go to Friday, there's your 70s. Just look out to the west, 80s, even mid-80s. And the 8-day forecast shows that really warm temperatures continue, especially going into Sunday, Mother's Day, and early next week. And yeah, there's no rain chance at all. Like I said, the next chance may come after this 8-day towards the second half of next week. But if you got any Mother Day weekend plans.
Oh, Greg just made it Mother's Week.
It should be Mother's Day. It looks fantastic, so you can't really beat these temperatures for this weekend too right now.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yep.
Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Timberwolves now know who their next opponent will be in the Western Conference semifinals. Plus, one of the top teams in Division II looking to keep things rolling on the diamond. Jacob is next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Get an 11% rebate on everything when you shop at Menards. Dutch Boys Durafighter is a top paint and primer in one that provides great scrub resistance and durability. Get a gallon starting at $22.49 after rebate. Give your space the Platinum treatment with Platinum Plus interior paint. It's a premium paint and primer in one with a protective finish that guards against scuffs, spills, and stains. Pick up a gallon starting at $37.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a smoker. This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a sandwich. This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a Cedric.
Arby's, we have the meat.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
At Vernon Memorial Healthcare, we believe in your birth, your way. From prenatal visits to postpartum care, we provide continuous support, respect your birth plan, and ensure a smooth transition from pregnancy to parenthood. With expert lactation consultants and a comforting home-like environment, we're here for you before, during, and after delivery. Vernon Memorial Healthcare, where your journey is in caring hands.
Where there's a flooded basement, musty crawl space, or wood rot, there's an answer. American Waterworks. For more than 30 years, American Waterworks has been solving homeowners' toughest waterproofing problems. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
We are reaching that point in the season where conference title races are starting to take form. Some of the best separating themselves from the rest. Aquinas hopes to keep pace with Holman in the MVC. Blue Golds with just one league loss. Riverhawks looking for that first conference victory. First inning, great approach from Isaac Shelfout with 2 strikes. Serves one into center field to score Johnny Dietz. Moments later, more good batting from the home side. Landon Teachout goes the other way, and that one's going to fall in fair territory to add another to the Blue Gold tally. In the second inning, a highlight for Central, that is Derek Pangier with a slick sliding snag out in center, but it was Aquinas' day. Shelfout spins a gem, and the Blue Golds go on to take this one in 6-10-0, the final. And now it is official. The T-Wolves know who they'll take on in the Western Conference semifinals. The Warriors went on to win last night in Houston, beating the Rockets. So that sets the stage for Anthony Edwards in Minnesota. A chance to take down another legend in the sport in Stephen Curry. And head coach Chris Finch says this will be a tall task as nobody has become more familiar with winning than the Warriors.
It's obviously a tough matchup. I mean, it's a championship pedigree team. You know, they're similar to us. They played their best basketball down the stretch and into the playoffs. We got a lot of things to contemplate coming in this series. It's going to be definitely a tough one for us.
The Timberwolves went 1-3 against Golden State during the regular season. Tip-off for Game 1 tomorrow night at 8:30 on TNT. Well, today, President Donald Trump announcing that Washington, D.C. will play host to the 2027 NFL Draft. The president was joined in the Oval Office by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell and other league officials, as well as D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser. Trump said the draft will be staged on the National Mall, and Goodell mentioned that he expects well over 1 million people will attend the draft, which would be a new record. And how about this for a return? Caitlin Clark back in familiar territory last night for an Indiana Fever exhibition, facing the Brazilian national team. The warm-up for the season in Iowa City, where Clark played her college ball, of course, and a solid sold-out arena, as you can imagine. And Clark and her team put on a show as she scored 16 points in a 108-44 win. So what a reunion for them.
Yeah.
Very cool for those fans. I'm sure that was a hot ticket.
Yeah.
But something out of the ordinary. And even after the game, the players for the Brazilian national team were trying to get autographs from Caitlin Clark, even though they just played against her. So you don't see that every day.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Speaks to her incredible star power.
Yes.
Just
International
a year
power
of
right
professional
there.
basketball.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Brewers start a series with the Astros.
Oh my gosh, I have caps for both. Which one should I wear?
I know which one I would choose.
wondered.
Thanks, Jacob.
guys.
All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Stay updated while you scroll. Follow us on Instagram at WKBT News 8.
Do you ever wish your home had the comfort and ambiance of a fireplace? You're not alone. The good news, adding one is easier than you think. At La Crosse Fireplace Company, we'll help you design the perfect heat and glow fireplace for your home, customized to fit your style and space. And in just a few days, you'll be enjoying the warmth from a heat and glow fireplace. Don't wait to make your home complete. Visit La Crosse Fireplace Company today, because your place is by the fire.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like Livingston seed packets, 25% off MSRP. New portable raised garden beds, $24.99. Women's Alfred Dunner collections, half price. Plus, check out our assortment of live plants in our outdoor garden centers, now open. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, in original.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
The biggest thing I want to get across to people, whether it's via email or voicemail or text, is we are a local Wisconsin, family-owned, turnkey solar company.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy. How can you lose?
All right, we do have nice conditions for tonight. Clear skies, about seasonable, upper 40s, mid 40s for many locations, with that wind kind of decreasing a little bit. Otherwise, warmer tomorrow. 80 is definitely possible. A cold front brings their temps a little bit down Wednesday, Thursday, but Thursday's still average for this time of year. And the rest of the forecast, well, there's not much to say more about it.
There's 3 80s in that, guys. Look how exciting.
I love it.
All right, thanks for joining us tonight at 6.
We'll see you at 10.